Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pokemon Sapphire. In the last episode, we were at the Battle Tower and we experienced our first experience of that, battling 7 trainers in a row, and we were successful in beating them all. And I may well go back and try the Battle Tower once again. But what we want to do now is we want to start filling out that Pokedex a bit more. And obviously there are some families of Pokemon that we're never going to be able to catch, just because of they only appear in the Ruby side of this game. Those are Pokemon like Zangoose, like Solrock, like Surskit. No, it's not Surskit, like Seedot, and those sort of families. So unfortunately we're not going to be able to do it all, but there is more that we can do. And so what this is going to be a sort of a bits and pieces episode full of sort of, essentially I'm going to be cutting to and from me catching Pokemon quite a lot. Sort of maybe have like 3 encounters at each site before I actually decide that the best thing to do is move on. But essentially, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off around here. We could head down route... Where is route 1? We want to head to route... Let me just check the map. I still don't know the map here too well, which is just kind of annoying. Yeah, we want to head to Petalburg. We'll follow Route 102. We want to do some fishing here. There are some Pokemon that we need to catch. And then what we'll do is we'll do some surfing on Route 104, 105. Because there are some very common Pokemon that I've actually managed to miss. But anyway, so we are going to go immediately to the bag. And we're going to get out our... I think we're going to start with the Super Rod. So... Obviously, the issue with the fishing is obviously, you know, it's not something I can zip through super fast all the time, which is, you know, always a disappointment in something like this where you sort of want to be going quite fast. I'm not getting any luck there. Come on, give me some luck. Let's surf off our, Nope. Oh, damn. And there we go. And our first bite we miss because I sped up. This is my issue. Because you obviously want to be able to speed it up, but you don't. You've got a relatively small chance to actually... Oh, I selected that in time. Come on. Oh, you are kidding me. I am terrible at fishing is the answer to this. There we go. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3, and a Pokemon is on the hook, and we have a wild Corphish. So here is an example of one of these Pokemon that I'm talking about that we want to be able to catch. Being able to catch this guy would be pretty cool. We're going to Dragon Claw because it's not super effective, it's not Stab, and it takes him out. Wow. Our special attack is just that high, so we're going to actually we're going to go into Sableye here, I think, and we will Psychic. It's that 10 level difference that's really doing it here. I could Toxic actually. Man. No, we can't Toxic after the taunt. So we've got to swap out. Let's think it's Water type. So Water is resisted. It resists Dig with a Linoon, for example. I could Blizzard with Aggron. Yeah, let's Blizzard. And we miss, of course, any Swords Dances. Which actually doesn't affect us too much, as we take him down to a decent amount of health. There we go. And we're going to be able to Bag and Ultra Ball here. We're just going to go for it. Straight up go for it. 2, 3... Boom! And there we go, our first capture of this episode. So, we catch ourselves a Corphish. The Ruffian Pokemon. Corphish catches prey with its sharp claws. It has no likes or dislikes when it comes to food. It will eat anything. This Pokemon has no trouble living in filthy water. So we get ourselves a Corphish, which is nice. We won't give it a nickname yet. Cool. So now, if I remember correctly, the other Pokemon we want to try and catch around here is Goldeen, and I think in order to get Goldeen, I think we need to get a bit of luck with the... it's one of the only Pokemon that we can't... It's like a It's one of these Pokemon which we can't catch without unless we fish. Which is kind of annoying. Come on, be a Goldeen, be a... Ah, it's a Magikarp. I was briefly very hopeful there. So we'll do this twice more, I think, with the good rod. I don't think the catch rate for Goldeen is particularly high anywhere, is the really annoying thing. But there we go, we have ourselves a Goldeen, which is awesome. So it doesn't look like we're going to get any chance to really lower this guy down, just because it's level 21. But we should definitely save, actually. Let me just save game. We'll Toxic, just to increase that chance of it staying in. And there we go, we catch ourselves a Goldeen as well, which is really, really nice. Cool. So that is our second Pokemon of the episode. So we have the Goldfish Pokemon. Goldeen loves swimming wild and free in rivers and ponds. If one of these Pokemon is placed in an aquarium, it will shatter even the thickest glass with one ram of its horn and make it to get it to escape. And I should really pay more attention. Anyway, the other thing we want to do is we want to be able to essentially there are wild Surskit, and unfortunately the issue with wild Surskit is it's a 1%. It's a 1%er, essentially, and it's going to take a very long time for us to find it. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to trying to find Surskit along with trying to find potentially Latios or Latias, whichever the one is that we can catch in this game, because I think that makes a lot more sense. And we should be able to do that by essentially, you want to find a building near sort of like a change of route, and you just want to keep sort of going back and forth. Is there anything over here? Yes, there is, an item. It's an ether. Don't say I don't show you everything that this game has to offer. As you see, wild Marrow. We don't pay we don't pay. Anyway, another Pokemon we want to find is one which thankfully we can actually surf for, which is really nice. It shouldn't hopefully take too long to encounter, I would like to think. Essentially Route 105, Route 104, all of these routes between here and Dewford. There we go, wild Tentacool. Somehow I have not caught a Tentacool in the process of this Let's Play, which is rather surprising to me. But there we go, we catch ourselves a Tentacool really, really nice and quickly. So that is really good. Let's sort that out. So, Tentacool, the jellyfish Pokemon. Tentacool absorbs sunlight and refracts it using water inside its body to convert it into beam energy. This Pokemon shoots beams from its crystal-like eyes. We have ourselves a Tentacool. Awesome. So, now, what we want to do, I didn't actually mean to fish there. What we want to do is, I think the next good idea I can have is, we're just going to very quickly pop to Lavaridge Town. And the reason we want to go to here is because, please tell me I've got the Acrobite. Please tell me I've got the Acrobite. I'm pretty sure I do have the Acrobite. I do, awesome. You register. How do you start jumping with this thing again? Like that. Because I think there was one Pokemon that we missed in this area. I'm just going to actually have to go very quickly back and forth around here, as we see the other Pokemon that you can see on Jacket Path, which are Machop and Numel, but there we go, we see ourselves a wild Spoink here. And again, we're going to struggle to try and catch this little guy. We're going to struggle to weaken this little guy, so just going to save. And we're going to Toxic. And then we are going to throw an Ultra Ball, that's it. 1, 2, 3. Boom! There we go. Another successful capture. This is going really, really nicely. Didn't expect to be catching this Pokemon so quickly. Spoink, the bounce Pokemon. Spoink keeps a pearl on top of its head. This pearl functions to amplify this Pokemon's psychokinetic powers. It is therefore on a constant search for a bigger pearl. And that is, I believe, the source of many sort of little things in the anime. But anyway, what we're going to do now is... I don't think there's anything around here that we've sort of missed. There are a few things that we sort of want to just check out. I don't think there's anything around Dewford Town that maybe we'd have missed. We could fly to Moorville or Slateport, I guess. Because we did the stuff in the Dewford Town cave. We've been through Route 103 before. We've climbed up to Rustborough before. We've done all this. I'm just trying to think of where there's stuff which we haven't done. We obviously need to do the Safari Zone again. I think there are some ledges we need to climb with the Mark bike as well that we might want to think about doing. But what we're going to do now is we're going to head to Lily Cove. And the reason we're going to head to Lily Cove is for the Safari Zone, which we tried last time, and which we've only tried once. And I figure we should give it another go, because there's lots and lots of Pokemon in the Safari Zone that we have yet to capture. So what we're going to do is we are going to save beforehand, just in case obviously we get some bad luck and we don't catch anything. It just means that we don't have to waste any money. So we get 30 Safari Balls. So we have quite a few Pokemon around here that we can try and catch, hopefully. Wild Wobbuffet is not one of them, mainly because we already have a Wynot. We got that in an egg, I believe. So anyway, we're going to head up this way because I'm pretty sure this is the way we want to head for the Acro Bike, which is this section here. And last time I didn't know how to do this, but I think that is how you do it. So all you got to do is you got to tap the direction and the jump button at the same time. So with that, we've made our way over here into this area of the Safari Zone, which is a slightly different area. And what we're now going to do is we're going to save again, because we've made it here with the Acrobike, and we're going to start looking for which Pokemon we can find up here in sort of like the north. I guess it's sort of like the northeast corner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get off the bike, just because I prefer being on the ground. I didn't mean to throw a Safari Ball. We'll see how we do in this sort of run. As we see Wild Phanpy, okay, that's quite cool. We will save, and then we will throw a Safari Ball. So Phanpy is obviously quite a nice little Pokemon to try and catch. Although it doesn't look like it's being particularly amenable. See, the issue is I obviously haven't made any Pokeblocks, so it's difficult for me to like keep these Pokemon from fleeing. So all I've got to do is just keep doing this. And eventually we'll get lucky. Do. Oh man, that was three shakes. Thought that was it. There we go, we catch ourselves a Phanpy. Awesome. So, the long-nosed Pokemon. Phanpy uses its long nose to shower itself. When others gather around, they thoroughly douse each other with water. These Pokemon can be seen drying their soaking wet bodies at the edge of water. Cool. So, we got ourselves a Phanpy, which is nice. And I think there is another Pokemon which we could, another rare Pokemon in this area which we could really wouldn't mind getting. I think what I will do now is I will save again, now that we got the Phanpy, and just sort of hope that we can encounter this last Pokemon. It's pretty rare, I think, in this section. Oh man, didn't even do that. Oh well. So obviously we're going to run out of steps eventually. Another Phanpy. Another Oddish. I don't need to try and throw these balls. Another Oddish. And again. The balloon. See, when you know where you're going, the Safari Zone steps limit isn't actually nearly as bad as you think it is. Didn't mean to do that. Probably catch it, yeah. Didn't mean to do that. Oh well. We'll have to release that oddish at some point. We will just continue on to try and find the Pokemon that we're looking for. Natu. Yeah, they are quite generous with the amount of steps they give. I suppose I have an idea. I haven't actually had to travel that far to get here. Natu. I'm gonna run out eventually. Xatu. Maybe it's not actually here. We're looking, I think, for either Pinsir or Heracross. So that's the Safari game is over. Symbol. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually just have a quick explore around this area. See if there's anything different. Like, what do you have to say? I'm going to catch a lot of rare Pokemon here and trade them with my friends. So this is just me exploring. There's an item over here, which is calcium. So that's the... Okay, cool. Run. Hopefully it's not a Rock Smash Pokemon. It might be a Rock Smash Pokemon, I guess, but anyway. I'm on a mission to find water Pokemon you don't see in Hoenn. Do you know where the lake is? Okay, so that's this area. So obviously you have the chance to Rock Smash there. I don't think the Pokemon I'm looking for is a Rock Smash Pokemon. So... And if you really want to conserve, I'm pretty sure if you really want to conserve steps, you could potentially just hop on your bike. Does that do it? I don't know. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a day here, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut to essentially when I encounter the Pokemon that I'm looking for. So I will see you when we encounter it, eventually. Hello and welcome back. As you can see, we have found ourselves a wild Heracross here in the Safari Zone up in the northeast corner of this little map, and we are definitely going to try and catch this guy. Heracross, such a great Pokemon. I love its typing, I must say. I think it's a really interesting typing, as we are going to try and do our best to catch this guy, as he continues to watch carefully. It looks like the catch rate is ridiculously small, it must be said. Which is sort of sucks, but anyway. Oh no, there we go. There we go, we catch ourselves a Heracross. Awesome. So, that is brilliant. That gives us Phanpy and gives us Heracross. We have a few more of these Safari Zone Pokemon to try and catch, as we see the Sickle-Horn Pokemon here. Heracross has sharp claws on its feet. These are planted firmly into the ground or the bark of a tree, giving the Pokemon a secure and solid footing to forcibly fling away foes with its proud horn. So what we're now going to do, I'm pretty sure we've still got a decent amount of time left on our little Safari Zone game. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and catch another Pokemon. There is a chance that we could. And the way we're going to do that is we're just going to hang around this grass. And I'm just going to see if this counts as, whether this counts as meeting encounters. Because it might do or it might not. Wild effect. There we go! That's exactly what I wanted to see. Wild Pikachu. So, obviously, Pichu, you are baby Pokemon, so you can only see, can only really get them with eggs, which is kind of frustrating, obviously. Is this going to catch it first time? Oh yes, we are going to catch it first time. So we catch a Pikachu as well, which is awesome. So that gives us a really, really nice, yeah, this has been a really, really successful visit to the Safari Zone. Now the remaining Pokemon we want to catch here in the Safari Zone, we can only catch with the Mark Bike. So we are going to have to come back with the Mark Bike before we do that. So I'm going to quickly go to Morville. We're going to swap the bikes. Very annoying that you can't just hold them both at the same time. And then we're going to fly back to Lily Cove. And so now we have 2 Pokemon to try and catch in this area. As you see, Wingull. In this case, it is. I mean, it's very similar. We're going to do exactly the same thing. No, we're going to wait till we get there. So we get 30 Safari Balls. And now what we're going to do is we are going to head over to this section of the map. And then we're going to... I'm pretty sure there's a slope you can get up. So Mark Bike is selected. And we can get up this slope. And now we can start searching in the grass over here. Awesome. So we're going to save. And yeah, so we should find hopefully 2 relatively rare Pokemon around this area, or at least Pokemon that you can't find in the Hoenn region. There is one of them, a wild Rhyhorn. So we're going to again, well, if it flees, then that's my fault. But anyway, we're going to save once more. Start throwing some balls. Doesn't seem to want to run, which is really nice. There we go. We catch ourselves a Rhyhorn. Awesome. So, this is going really, really well. Rhyhorn, the Spikes Pokemon. Rhyhorn's brain is very small. It is so dense, while on a run, it forgets why it started running in the first place. It apparently remembers something if it demolishes something. So there we go, we catch ourselves a Rhyhorn. And now, the next Pokemon is, as I said before, just ahead, is that the next Pokemon will be Pinsir that we want to find. And if it's anything like Heracross, it's going to be, certainly more limited. Let's see what Dodrio. It's going to be more limited availability, certainly more limited encounter rate. So what we're going to do is, again, I'm going to cut away, and yeah, I will see you once more when we encounter ourselves a Pinsir. And typical, just as I say that we're about to cut away to try and find this, until I find this guy, I do! It only took me like 4 more encounters, which is really, really good. So once again, we're going to actually have to go through a decent amount of Safari Balls here. It's like a Pinsir. Why is it going to run away? Oh, it flees. Come on, Pinsir. You're like terrifying. Like, let's be honest, if you saw a Pinsir, you would be scared. You would be very scared. As we're just going to continue. We seem to get several shots at this, which is quite nice, before it flees, which is always good. Nope. Well, we can get another go. And there we go, we catch ourselves a Pinsir. Awesome. So that, I think, makes us completely full out for all the Safari Zone Pokemon here. The Stag Beetle Pokemon. Pinsir has a pair of massive horns protruding from the surface of these horns are thorns. These thorns are driven deeply into the foe's body when the Pinsir closes, making it tough for the foe to escape. And there we go, a Pinsir indeed. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly search around this area. Whether there's anything to be found is yet to be seen. There might be like a few items or just someone to talk to, for example. Like this dude. What do you have to say? Gask, I made it here. I'm exhausted. I don't have the strategy. Sorry, I don't have the energy to capture Pokemon. There's another little food area for the Pokemon. And we can surf across here, and we can get another item. So, we find TM22, which I believe is Solar Beam. So as we're just going to run back and forth and let our Safari game time run out. Awesome. So, yeah, let me just check that. I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying it's Solar Beam. Yes, it is. There we go, Solar Beam. Sweet. Okay, so that is really, really good. That's, again, some really nice progress. So now what we're going to do is, the next place we really need to do is, we've got some more fishing to do. And yeah, so we're gonna, let's see, what routes are we on? Yeah, we're gonna fly to Lily Cove. What route are you? Oh wait. So obviously we've got some surfing and some fishing to do. I think, yeah, we've got Carvanha to find. It shouldn't be too hard, hopefully. But we've got lots of other. So what route is this? This is route 124. So, can't. We can catch something new here. We don't have dive. This is an issue. So, what we're going to do is we are going to go grab ourselves a Pokemon that can dive. Very quickly. Deposit in our Sapphire. Box 3, and then we will withdraw our Marill. I'm pretty sure it's our Marill that had all the HMs on it, and that's sort of what we need, just any Pokemon with all the HMs. So, Route 124. Okay, so we have lots and lots of underwater area to explore here, and essentially what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and encounter a Relicanth. I'm pretty sure I've already tried this, and we had very little luck, unfortunately. But that was around Route 126. This is Route 124. We're going to hope for some better luck here. See what we can find. Boom! Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Exactly what we want to see. We want to see this Relicanth here. So, again, we are going to save immediately. And now what we can do is we can realise that both of our moves are super effective. Relicanth, Water Rock. If I had a Fire-type move, that would be amazing. Because that would obviously be completely neutral. We can go into our Marill here, actually, and we can Bubble Beam. And that shouldn't really do anything. It does nothing. Absolutely nothing. So really, yeah, wow, I did not expect that to do so little. We can go to our Linoon here, actually, and we can Slash. That's going to be resisted as well. That is this is super high defense, it seems. Anyway, I'm going to take it down low. I'm going to start chucking Ultra Balls at it. Wow, that is... Not only is it that, but it also seems to have a very high catch rate. So we're just going to... So this could take a while as well. Unfortunately, I don't think I have nothing that can really limit. I can't, like, paralyze it, I can't poison it, I can't put it to sleep, so yeah. All that kind of sucks, but anyway, let's just see. Eventually, hopefully, we will catch this guy. There we go, we catch ourselves a Relicanth. So, that gives us Relicanth, which is awesome. Relicanth data was added to the Pokedex. Relicanth is the longevity Pokemon. Relicanth is a rare species that was discovered in deep-sea explorations. This Pokemon's body withstands the enormous water pressure of the ocean depths. Its body is covered in tough scales that are like craggy rocks. So that's awesome. We get ourselves a Relicanth. I'm pretty sure, from what it looks like, this area is just wild Pokemon and maybe some hidden items, but I'm not really too fussed about that. We're going to fly, get back up here, and now what we're going to do is we are going to fly to Evergrande City. And the reason we're going to fly to Evergrande City is that we again have some things to be catching here. So hopefully we can catch some wild Pokemon once again. So Super Rod gets registered, and we are going to try and catch something here in Evergrande City. So pretty sure this counts as this would be an Evergrande City encounter if we wanted it to be that. Hopefully we can fish something up. Oh, man. So two Pokemon here that we can potentially catch, I think. We'd love to catch either of them, obviously. And a Pokemon is on the hook, and it is a Whalmer, which unfortunately we already have. I have no idea what the catch rates are of the two Pokemon we're looking for. And whether I should be using this rod. Oh no, there we go, that is one of them, that's all I need to know. We see ourselves Wild Love Disc are here. Again, save current game. I like Earthquake just to see how much it... Yeah, it's going to wipe that Love Disc out. We'll go into Linoon here. Goes for the Attract and it fails. We can Shadow Ball, see how much that does. That does not take it out and leaves it on, like... That is perfect, perfect Linoon. And we can now, obviously, go into our Ultra Ball. 1, 2, 3... And there we go, we catch ourselves a Love Disc. Awesome. That's good. So, we catch ourselves a Love Disc, the Rendezvous Pokemon. Love Disc's heart-shaped body is a symbol of love and romance. It is said that this Pokemon is I guess the Pokemon is promised a loving relationship that never ends. Oh, that's quite sweet. So, give a nickname? No, once again. We're quite happy to move on. And yeah, so we've got to continue on with this. And just try and hopefully catch the other Pokemon that we can catch in these waters. Oh man, got away. So we're right to be fishing with the Super Rod, I'm pretty sure, so we're just going to see. And hopefully we can... Ah, man, didn't see that. We can catch ourselves... I think this is one of the last water types that we have to get. Which would be pretty good. Another Love Disc. Not quite what we're looking for. No offense, Wallace, who obviously has his own Love Disc. Come on. Nope, another Love Disc. Again, I don't know what these catch rates are, which is kind of annoying. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I got away then. Okay, so what we're probably going to do is, because I'm rubbish at fishing, and I'm sure you don't want to watch me fail at fishing anymore, is we're just going to do one, couple more. Let's see if I can get a catch at least. Come on, there's a bite. Be good to me, game. It's another Love Disc. Okay, well, I'm going to continue fishing here. I'm pretty sure this is the right place. And yeah, you'll catch me here when we catch the Pokemon that I'm looking for. And the very next encounter we have, as you can see, when we're fishing, is a Corsola, and we would love to catch this little guy. Once again, we are going to save our current game, and we are going to go into Linoon again, because I think Linoon works here. We can Shadow Ball. That is really not that much. As he goes for the Bubble Beam, that might take me... Yeah, it doesn't take me out. We've still got ages. Now we're going to be able to Ultra Ball. And, oh, nearly. I'm going to go again, let's just see. Okay, we can catch this guy. Girl, I should say, girl. And there we go, we catch ourselves a Corsola. Awesome. So, that's really good. Corsola. Clusters of Corsola congregate in warm seas, where they serve as ideal hiding places for smaller Pokemon. When the water temperature falls, this Pokemon migrates to the southern seas. So, there we go. Now, what else do we have to do? Well, I can think of a few things. We have to go to Moss Deep City, and what we want to do is we actually want to go back to the cave that we went to last time. That was talking about tides, because hopefully we can visit it at a different tide. Doesn't look like we are at the moment. No, this is the same as it was last time. So what we might do is, yeah, we'll have to do that in maybe the next episode. I think we're starting to run slowly low on time. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly, and I'm going to try and remember where... I know something we have to do. Something I've completely forgotten. We're going to go to the abandoned ship, just very, very quickly, because I'm pretty sure there was a dive spot in the abandoned ship that we never got to explore, because we never had dive at the time. So it makes sense for us to try and see what we can do here. Nothing around there. Is it in one of the cabins, or is it upstairs? So you asked him to find a scanner. So yeah, let's see if... I'm pretty sure there was a dive pool somewhere here. There it is. So So if we dive, let's see what we can find down here in the abandoned ship. Doesn't look too promising, it must be said. I wonder why it's here then. I guess it's a hidden item, which is really useless. Thank you very much. And to rise. Oh, that's just... Yeah, sorry, I just completely forgot. That was really silly. Okay, so you're just going to rise up here. Okay, so... What do we have? The door is locked, and that is room number 1. Door is locked, and we have room number 3. Okay. Which we find a water stone in room number 3. Cool. And we can enter room number 5 as well, and that is showing us that there is some stuff, I think. Yeah, so if you have a look here, it flashes. There's 4 flashes, and we can't currently move in room 5. But how do we get that from room 3? Ah, there's a flashing item over here. And that's a room 1 key. Okay, so that allows us to enter room 1. And again, we want to look for the flash. There is one over here, but it's just trash. And there's a room 4 key. Okay, and we find TM18, which is rain dance. Okay. And we found, what, room 4, isn't it? So that's this one. No, this one. There's one here, I think. It's bright and shiny, but it's just trash. And it's also just trash, so... There's something over here. And that's room 6 key. Awesome. So you're going to be able to enter in here. And there's a luxury ball. And now, can I remember where some of these treasures were? Because we definitely need to find the room 2 key, is the final thing we need to find. So if I just go quickly back into room 5, we've got sort of... Okay, 2 squares down and 1 to the right of here, so that one. That's room 2 key, awesome. So I'm guessing the others are just trash. Yeah, it's just trash, okay. So I'm willing to say that the other ones are all unlikely to be anything particularly useful. We can enter into room 2, and there is nothing shiny, but we find a scanner. Awesome. So that is exactly what the guy there was asking for. We just head back, and we're going to see what on earth this scanner is going to give us, returning it. So, if we return the scanner... Oh, that's a scanner. Listen, I can get you to deliver that to Captain Stern. I want to investigate this ship a little more. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to do our best. Head straight back to Captain Stern, who I believe is in Slateport. So we're just going to quickly fly back to Slateport. talk to Mr. Stern. Captain Stern, oh, Mark, that item you have, that's a scanner. That would sure help us on our explorations. Would you trade the scanner for something? A deep sea tooth or a deep sea scale? Okay. So, what these do is these allow us to evolve Clampearl into one of its two evolutions, which is either Huntail or Gorobus. That's quite cool. That's really cool, actually, yeah. So we helped find the scanner in the abandoned ship, something that I was quite glad to remember that we had to do. And now all I'm going to do is we're going to find route... What route is this? 134. Actually, yeah, we do actually need Route 134. We need to fish on Route 134. So, let me just fish here. I think we got like... I'm going to try and do 2 more things this episode before I call it a day. One of them is fish here on Route 134. And the other one, I think... As we see Wild Horsey, which is exactly the Pokemon I wanted to see here. That's awesome. So we can save. I'm just going to try and... might as well just try and catch this guy, I think. Boom! There we go. I was right. We can just catch Horsey straight away, which is really cool. So, Horsey, the dragon Pokemon. If Horsey senses danger, it will reflexively spray a dense black ink from its mouth to try and escape. This Pokemon swims by cleverly flapping the fins on its back. And there we go. We catch ourselves a Horsey, which is awesome. Now all I need to do is go to, the last thing I want to do is go to Route 118, and we want to fish here. The reason we want to fish here is I think the route up to the Weather Institute actually had loads of acrobike stuff that we haven't actually done, if we wanted to do that, just as a thought. But there we go, that's exactly what I wanted to see as well. So we've had 2 really good final encounters here. We see a Carvanha here. Just going to throw an Ultra Ball at it, see if it stays in. It does stay in, that's awesome. So, that's really, really good. Carvanha. So, Carvanha, the savage Pokemon. Oh, sounds brutal. Anyway, if anything invades Carvanha's territory, it will swarm and tear at the intruder with its pointed fangs. On its own, however, this Pokemon turns suddenly timid. Oh, little Carvanha. He's so cute when he's by himself. Anyway, so, just as a quick recap for this episode, just to show you what we have managed to do. The Pokemon that are in the Pokedex. We have Trico. We obviously have Torchic, which we can't catch because it's a starter. And we have Mudkip, that line, which we can't catch because it's, again, starter. Poochyena, we have Zigzagoon, we have Wurmple, and all of it. So we have all of these. We have Lotad. We can't catch Seedot. That's only available in red. We have Talo and Wingull and Ralts. Surskit, again, I've mentioned, is one we need to try and find. We have Shroomish and Slackoth and Abra. There's obviously Kadabra, the unknown one there. We have Nincada with, I think that's Shedinja is the one missing there. We have Whismur, and that's Exploud. We have Makuhita and Goldeen, Magikarp, Marill for the Azurill family. We have Geodude, with this being Golem. Nosepass, Skitty, Zubat, Tentacool, Sableye, Aaron. Machop, with that being Machamp. We have Meditite and Electrike, Plusle, Minun, Magnemite, Voltorb, Volbeat. Illumise, that's actually a Pokemon we need to catch. I have not actually... That is a good point. I think Illumise is just a rare encounter where we caught our Volbeat, so that's one to remember. We have Oddish with its 2 final forms of Vileplume and Blossom here as 90 and 91. Doduo, Roselia, Gulpin, and Swalot is 96. We have Carvanha, we have Wailmer, and Wailord is 100. We have Numel, and its evolved form is Camerupt, which is 102. We have Slugma, we have Torkoal, we have Grimer, Coughing, and obviously its evolved form is Wheezing. Spoink, and its evolved form is Grumpig. Sandshrew, Spinda, Skarmory, Trapinch, Vibrava is missing, but anyway. Flygon, Cacnea, Swablu, we can't catch Zangoose, it's only in Ruby, but we have Seviper. Lunatone, and we can't catch Solrock, that's only in Ruby as well. Barboach, Corfish, and its evolved form Crawdaunt here. Baltoy, Lilip, Anorith, we obviously can't get because you have to choose between the two fossils, and we chose Lilip, and we didn't choose Anorith. This would be Igglybuff, and this would be Wigglytuff, but we have Jigglypuff for that family. Feebas, Castform, Staryu, and Starmie would be here. Kecleon, Shuppet, Duskull, Tropius, Chimecho, Absol, Vulpix, Ninetales. We have, that would be Pichu, and that would be Raichu, but we have Pikachu in the middle for that family. We have Psyduck and Golduck, Whitenougght, Natu, Girafarig, Fanpea, and this would be Donphan, obviously. We have Pinsir, Heracross, we have Rhyhorn, and this would be Rhydon. Snorunt. I wonder if we can catch a Snorunt. We haven't actually been able to catch a Snorunt yet, so we'll see if we can. We have Glalie, obviously. Sveal, Clamperl, and its two evolutions are, as I mentioned before, Huntail and Gorobis. We have Relicanth, Corsola, Chinchou, and its evolved form Lantern. So some of these obviously we've caught today, which is really good. Lovedisc, Corsi, Seadra, this would be Kingdra. Bagon, can we catch you? That's not going to tell me anything, is it? Area, okay, so we should be able to catch them in Meteor Falls, it seems. So I need to have a look there. But we have Bagon, and then we have Beldum, and it's, to get into Metagross. And then I think after Metagross, I think we're into, we get into the Legendary. So we have the Reggies, so Regirock, Regice, and Registeel. And then we have Latios and Latias, and obviously I can only catch one of them. So anyway, I hope you... sorry for sort of just zipping through all that, but I like being able to check through all those. So we have a few more left. We have Surskit, we have Snorunt, if we can, we have Bagon, we have Beldum, we have Illumise, and then we have all of the Legendaries. And the Legendaries are going to be fun to try and catch, if hopefully... I don't know how we catch them, I'd have to look it up. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this rather obviously bits and pieces episode, but obviously we've done a good amount in terms of completing our Pokédex. And yeah, I hope you will join me on the next episode where we'll be a bit more focused. I'll probably start off with either an encounter with either the Latias or a Surskit, just because I think that's what I'm going to be working towards next. And then yeah, and then we'll have and then I'll try and catch a Snorunt and all the others like I just mentioned. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you will join me on the next as we near the end of this Let's Play. What the hell? My luck in this game has been absolutely amazing when you consider how easy it was for me to catch Feebas, and then I wandered just a little way out of Morville, heading down the path underneath the cycling road area, and my first encounter in that area, Latias. Honestly, it's absolutely amazing, and I just had to record it and show you guys on here. And this is because Latias is a roaming Pokemon, which means it flits between places. Obviously, once you've encountered it once, that does mean that you know where it is. You can use your Dex Nav, and it will show you where it is. And additionally, all the damage that you do on it will, continue over time. But it's a roaming Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure Latias just wants to run away most of the time. And because it just wants to run away all the time, this is going to be the Pokemon that I'm going to go with my Master Ball. I think this is going to be my Master Ball Pokemon. I'm going to use it, and I'm not going to think about it anymore. And I'm just going to enjoy the fact that I have Latias, a freaking Dragon Psychic type, which is just like amazingly cool typing. It's just... wow. The Eon Pokemon. Latias is highly intelligent and capable of understanding human speech. It is covered with a glass-like down. This Pokemon enfolds its body with its down and refracts light to alter its appearance. That is freaking amazing. I am so happy. As you can see I'm just here on this route. But anyway, again, so yeah, I just had to put that right at the end because it just happened so quickly afterwards. So yeah. Hope you have enjoyed this episode as a whole. That's made my day. It's been a really, really fun episode, and that's just sort of made it even better. So, hope you join me on the next episode where I guess we'll be looking for some slightly less interesting Pokemon, such as Surskit. I guess, you could argue. Not quite a legendary, let's say. But hopefully we might even get on to doing the legendaries, seeing where all those where the Reggies are. Let's see if I can say words. But anyway, that's going to be it from me today. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I hope you will join me on the next episode.